Our fourth lesson is the table, tree diagram, and systematic listing. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to count the number of occurrences of an outcome in an experiment using table, tree diagram, and systematic listing. Have you ever heard a barista from Starbucks Coffee claiming that they have 85,000 combinations of coffee to enjoy with? You can add caramel, a squirt of cream, and vanilla instead of chocolate. When a company had this claim, they are using different variations on their favorite drinks or different ways to serve their coffee. This company uses a table, a tree diagram, or a systematic listing to make this claim. For example, when you toss a coin, there are two possible outcomes, head or tail. List all the possible outcomes and how many possible outcomes are there for the experiment of tossing two coins. For using a table, magkakaroon tayo ng table na mayroong 3 columns and ayan, 4 rows. So, bakit kaya 2 columns and 4 rows? Kay first column, ito yun. This is for the outcomes of the first coin. For the second column, this is for the outcome for the second coin. And for the third column, dito natin ilalagay ang mga magiging outcomes. Now, after tossing a coin, if the first coin is a head and the second coin is a head too, then the outcome or the first possible outcome is a head-head. Pwede ding ang first coin natin ay head, ang second coin ay tail. Then, mayroon tayong outcome na head and tail. Maaari din na ang first coin natin ay tail, ang second coin ay head, then ang outcome natin ay tail head. Maaari din na tail ang first coin at ang second coin ay tail din. So, mayroon tayong outcome na tail tail. At dahil wala ng possible outcomes, ito na ang complete list for the possible outcomes of tossing two coins. So, meron tayong head-head, head-tail, tail-head, and tail-tail. So, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4. So, when you toss a coin, there are 4 possible outcomes. Now, we'll use a tree diagram. Magkakaroon tayo ng start point. Ayan. And then, for our first row, this is for coin 1, the outcome for coin 1, and the second row is for the outcome of coin 2. So, for our first coin, kung ang outcome after tossing it is a head, then the second coin ay pwedeng head or tail. So, it will become head, head, and then head, tail. Diba? And then another, kung ang first coin naman natin ay tail, then, kay second coin, pwedeng ang lumabas ay head, pwede rin namang tail. So, ito na yung complete outcome for tossing two coins using a tree diagram. So, we have here 4 outcomes, head, 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 tail, or tail, head, and tail, tail. Therefore, the number of outcomes is 4. By listing method, ayan, lagay muna natin ang ating experiments, first coin and second coin. After tossing these two coins, our possible outcomes are head-head and head-tail, or pansinin, 'di ba? Inuna ko muna yung first possible outcome kay first coin na head, and then pinair ito sa lahat ng possible outcome kay coin 2 na head and tail. Kaya head muna yung ating first coin. Ayan. And then, yung possible outcome, lahat ng possible outcome kay second coin na head and tail. Next naman, the second possible outcome kay coin 1 na tail. I-partner natin ito sa lahat ng possible outcome kay second coin. So, ito yung systematic. So, diba? Nag-list tayo ng outcome. Hindi lang tayo basta nagsulat ng outcomes. Systematic. Ano? So, again, yung first possible outcome kay first coin na head, ipinartner o ipinair kay sa lahat ng possible outcome kay second coin. Kaya meron tayong head-head, head-tail. Same with tail-head and tail-tail. So, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 number of outcomes. Another example. Use a table, tree diagram, and systematic listing to determine the total number of outcomes when a die is rolled and a coin is tossed. Using a table for our first row, ayan. So, dahil nauna ang die sa ating problem, ayan, ilagay natin dito lahat ng possible outcome ng die kapag tinas natin yon. At meron tayong, di ba, numbers 1 to 6. For our first column, ilagay naman natin ang lahat ng possible outcome ng coin after tossing a coin. At meron tayong head or tail. Ayan. And then, let's just pair this. Ayan. So, tulad dito, pwedeng ang first possible outcome natin ay 1 and then head. Ayun. So, lagyan natin 1 and head. So, this is our first possible outcome. Another, pwede rin namang 2 head. So, meron tayong 2 head. Maaari din ang 3 and then head. Diba napaka-systematic niya? And then 4 head. Possible din ang 5 and then head. Next is 6 and then head. And another 1 and then tail. Pwede rin na 2 and then tail. Pwede rin ng 3 and then tail. Next is 4 and then tail. 5 and then tail. 6 and then tail. So these are now our complete possible outcomes when you roll a die and toss a coin simultaneously. Okay? So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So meron tayong 12 possible outcomes for rolling a die and tossing a coin. How about for using a tree diagram, magkakaroon ulit tayo ng starting point and ang experiment natin is rolling a die and tossing a coin. For a die, it has 6 possible outcomes. The numbers 1 to 6. Then, for tossing a coin, it has 2 possible outcomes. The head and the tail. So let's pair this for the first possible outcome for rolling a die, which is 1. So 1 head and 1 tail. Same with 2, with 3, with 4, with 5, and with 6. And then let's count the total possible outcomes. 1, 2, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So, mayroon tayong 12 number of outcomes. Using listing method, ilagay muna natin lahat ng possible outcomes for a die. And that is numbers 1 to 6. And then, lahat ng possible outcomes kay coin. Ayan, para meron tayong pagbabasihan sa pagsusulat ng systematic na outcomes or possible outcomes when you roll a die and toss a coin. So the outcomes are, let's pair first one of a die to all possible outcomes of a coin, yung head and tail. Kaya one head, one tail. Then, yung 2 naman, sa head and tail. Kaya 2 head and 2 tail. 3, 4, 5, 6. O, diba? Systematic. And the number of these possible outcomes is 12. Meaning, when you roll a die and toss a coin simultaneously, then we have 12 possible outcomes. Example number 3. Natalie is ordering a milk tea. She could have a small, medium, or large milk tea. She has a choice of winter melon, matcha, or chocolate. How many different choices of milk tea can she have? So, para malaman natin kung ilan lahat, maaari tayong gumamit ng table, tree diagram, or systematic listing. Pero ipapakita ko ito using this tree method. For using a table, ang first row natin is for the cup sizes and the second or the first column is for the flavor. So, ang sizes na pagpipilian natin ay small, medium, and large. Sa flavors naman, mayroon tayong winter melon, matcha, and chocolate. Ayan. Unahin natin ang small. Pwedeng small winter melon, small matcha, or small chocolate. Kung medium size naman ang kanyang napiling cup size, pwedeng medium winter melon, medium matcha, medium chocolate. And for large naman, so kung large naman ang kanyang size o cup size, paaring large winter melon, large matcha, or large chocolate. Ayan, so systematic, wala na tayong maaari pang maging possible outcome. And when you count these outcomes, the total number outcomes is 9. Using a tree diagram. Ayan. So again, magkakaroon tayo ng starting point. And then, our cup sizes. The small, medium, and large. Unahin natin ang small. Mayroon tayong 3 choices of flavors. Ang winter melon, matcha, and chocolate. Same with medium size. Same again with large size of cup. Counting this, diba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ang total number of outcomes natin ay 9. By listing method na systematic, Susulat muna natin ang ating mga possible outcomes. For cup sizes, small, medium, large. And for flavors, winter melon, matcha, and chocolate. So the outcomes are, unahin natin si small cup size. I-pair natin sa lahat ng milk tea flavors. Kay winter melon, matcha, chocolate. Ganon din ang gawin kay medium size. Ayan, medium winter melon, medium matcha, medium chocolate. And then, sa large winter melon, large matcha, large chocolate. Counting these possible outcomes, we have 9. For your assignment, Alexa wants to buy an ice cream. She can choose from the different flavors as follows: chocolate, vanilla, or cheese. And for the toppings, she can choose marshmallow, nips, or nuts. How many choices does she have? Show your answer using table 3 diagram and by listing method. At itong tatlong to ay worth 5 points each. So, ang total points for this assignment is 15 points. This is your rubric para makakuha ng 15 points. Thank you for listening.